Hi there. So for our presentation assignment, Mindy, me, and Erin had productive aging in our community. So something that falls under this is driving and community mobility for older adults. What is this? It's moving around in the community and using public transportation such as driving, walking, bicycling, or assessing and riding in buses, taxi cabs, or other transportation. Driving and community mobility plays a huge role in IADLs, education, work, leisure, and social participation. This gives older adults and anyone else the ability to assess services within the community, contribute, which contributes to a person's life, well-being, and quality of life. Some consequences that could happen if a person does not have community mobility or cannot drive. They are unable to be mobile around the community, which limits their access to necessities like grocery stores, pharmacy, and hospitals. And those are a huge thing to any person, especially if older adults have medications, they need to get to the pharmacy to get those medications, along with like hospitals. The decreased access can cause limited nutritional intake, poor or non-existent medication management, insufficient contact with healthcare provider. So if they are unable to get to the hospital, they won't be able to talk to their healthcare provider face to face. I mean, they could call them, but like older adults really don't do that a lot. They rather talk to their healthcare provider face to face. And then if they can't get to the grocery store, they're obviously not going to get the right nutrition that they need. And then same with like the pharmacy, they need that medication to their keep their body healthy. So OT's role in uh, assessing better driving ability for the older adults, they can do driving evaluations, which is a clinical assessment, and this goes over the vision, cognition, and motor performance of the older adult, and these are measured to determine risk factors. And then uh, And then as you can see in the picture to the right, it's a 4-hour evaluation considering of 3 parts. And then I'll talk about the behind the wheel assessment. And then the vehicle and equipment evaluation is just making sure that the client is fit to their car correctly. So behind the wheel assessment it basically just measures the driving performance of the older adult. Are they able to do turn signals with the blinkers? Are they able to uh, make do right lane shifts and stuff like that instead of going like all over the road? The OT then looks at the results of the driving evaluation and behind the wheel assessment and of the individual's history, progressive nature of the diagnosis, and potential for rehab, and makes the decision about the ability of them to drive or not to drive. This is just one resource that's out in the community for La Crosse, and that is the La Crosse County Minibus. This service provides door-to-door transportation for anyone with a disability and those who are 60 years of age. Different zones are available for transportation, and some of those zones are called Zone 1A, covers areas of Valley View Mall and parts of Onalaska. Zone 1B covers the city of Onalaska, village of Holmen, and then Zone 2 covers villages of Bangor, West Salem, Rockland, um, towns of Holland, and then Onalaska once again. And there is a fee to ride the bus, but that also depends on the zone that the client chooses. and they have to make reservations for transportation 24 to 48 hours. And this also, again, depends on the zone that the client wants to go to. The next topic under productive aging is fall prevention, which is huge for older adults. So basically in this chapter, it talked about a program that was being implemented by OTs. But fall prevention is recognizing that fear of falling can contribute to falls. So the first thing to prevent more falls is to establish the goals and objectives with older adults, which means raise awareness among seniors regarding strategies to prevent more falling or from falling happening. Alter dangerous behaviors in everyday life of the seniors. Promote senior safety in homes and activities. Minimize the risk of seniors falling indoors and outdoors. So basically just educating the older adults on what they need to change in their life and how it's going to look to help them prevent more falls from happening. So I found this acronym in the chapter, which is STEADY, and it didn't have much information on it, but I thought it was good to know. So STEADY stands for safe footing, take your time, energy conservation, active devices, and you're in charge. I thought this was really good because older adults need to watch where they are walking. They need to take their time. They can't rush or they will trip over like their feet or anything on the ground. Also taking your time will like save their energy, but they also need to be active. They can't just have a fear of if they get out of bed, they're gonna fall. They need to keep being active, but take their time doing this. Devices, if they have like an oxygen tank, make sure that they are aware of that and where they are placing that so they do not trip over it. And the client is in charge. They need to make sure they know what they are doing, so they need to be educated on that. So the OT's role in fall prevention. So in the chapter, like I said, they developed a program called Aging in Place Initiative. The OTs are responsible for fostering agency collaborations, conducting home evaluations, direct client interventions, and they initiate a paradigm shift. With this program, it influenced various HCOOA programs to begin focusing on maximizing clients' ability to function independently, which is a great goal because any program that an OT comes up with, we want our clients to be as independent as they possibly can. And we don't want our clients to be focused on having a fear of falling every time they get out of bed. So we want to make sure that we focus on getting our clients back to the independence of walking and not having that fear of falling. So a program or a resource that I found in our area is called Stepping On Falls Prevention, and this is provided by the Gunderson Clinic in Onalaska. There wasn't much information on the website because you had to call and like register and probably get more information on it if you didn't get all the information you needed from the website. So the eligibility for this program is you need to be 60 years or older or who has fallen in the past year. So these people actually have to have fallen. Some programs are just basically education, but this one is like if you've fallen, you can take this program. So this program focuses on balance and strength exercises, role of vision in maintaining balance, safe and proper footwear, medication and falls, staying safe out in the community, and home safety. And if you remember, some of our goals and objectives were making sure that our clients are safe out in the community and they're aware of where they are walking and being safe in their home. So this reflects right back onto the objectives and goals that were previously talked about. some more information about this program. It meets 2 hours each week for 7 weeks, and this began at the end of March and goes to like May 7th, I believe. And it's held throughout the year, so that's ran. So this class would be ran for 7 weeks, and then they would have another program going. So that is the end of my part. So thank you.